Hello, good morning, and good day, everyone. There is our first lesson. Actually, we are in the third week, and it's supposed to be our third lesson. But unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our reach, we are now bringing you the first lesson. And there is a lesson on basic computing using Windows. As software management students, we are supposed to learn how to use operating system Windows. And the type of operating system we are using, that is the Windows we are using, is Windows 10. This lesson is going to um, cover Windows 10, how to use Windows 10, and a brief history about operating system. So we cannot automatically or randomly pick Windows 10 operating system and use it or treat it. We need to at least know a little bit about um, Microsoft, a little bit about operating system, and then a little bit about computers. So that's why we are starting with basic computing using Windows. All right. So this note will be sent to you in your various groups so that you can use it as reference anytime, any day. But for now, our main aim is to learn basic computing with Microsoft Windows. And I said the Windows version we are going to learn about is Windows 10. Okay, so when you get the notes, the couple of history that you need to read about um, Windows. Okay, so I'm going to skip to where we need to start. Okay, all right. So we have chapter one, which basically talks about computers and its peripherals. Now it discusses what is computer, data, processes, output, displays, and a whole lot of things. But our focus is going to be on software today, right? So you can read about computers and everything in this note, but we are going to concentrate on software, all right? So there are a lot of things you need to read about it. So we go to chapter two, which is operating systems and then controls. Now, the first thing we need to look at is software. Now, what is software? We hear so many things about software, operating system, blah blah blah, a lot of things. But what actually do we mean by software? And now this book is telling us that software is a set of instructions that tell a computer what it needs to do. That is exactly what it is. All right. Software is the basic thing. All right. It's the basic instruction that tell computer what it needs to do. So that means that without software, computer is worthless. It's just a piece of box or just something that. So computers without software is just something, just rag. All right. So software is a basic thing. That's why I added the word basic. That means that computers cannot do without software. Right. And there are two kinds of software. We have the system software, which includes the operating system and application software. So the basic substance or the basic instructions for a computer to work is grouped into two. And now we have the system software, which includes the operating system. So without the system software, there's actually no reason for us to install operating system, and it is not possible for us to install an operating system. Now, interchangeably, we say that the operating system or the system software is actually the OS or the operating system. And here we are using Windows, so we can just say that the here we are talking about Windows. So the operating system here is Windows, and that means that the Windows becomes our system software. And I hope I make myself clear because the operating system or the system software is what is a paramount thing that must be on the computer before we can install any further software. So herein we say that the system software is the operating system, and herein we are using Windows. So now our system software becomes Windows. All right, and then we also have an application software, and that is what we are going to look at some in the course of the lesson. Okay, excuse me, sorry. Now, operating system, which is abbreviated OS. All right, OS. This is what we are talking about. Operating system, which is abbreviated OS, is the resource manager which transforms sectors, byte, interrupt, and port into files, folders, processes, and user interfaces with which you can interact. So, as I said, operating system is the most paramount thing because without it, the absolute computer is nothing. All right. So first, every computer needs an operating system. Everything um, computer-like needs an operating system before it can work. So it's the most paramount thing, the most important thing in computer software, okay, or the computer system. So we say that there are examples of operating system that we may know. We know about Microsoft Windows, that we know about Windows XP, Vista 7, 10, and and the likes. And then we also have Linux, Mac OS, we have iOS. And one thing we must also realize is we have Android operating system. Android operating system, and it is the most common operating system in the world. Android. I don't know if you know or now the thing is, mobile phone is also a computer-like a machine, so it also needs an operating system. And one of the most commonly used operating systems in the world or on this earth is Android. So Android is an operating system, but it is made for mobile phones or touch phones. Okay, it is made for touched phones, smartphones. And then we also have iOS, and that is the Apple version of operating systems for mobile phones. So we have Mac OS, that is the Apple version of Unix for computers, and then we have iOS for mobile phones. So we have in mobile phones we have Android, iOS, and then sometimes Windows. Okay, sometimes Windows. It is not as popular as Android and then iOS. All right, and iOS is only used by Apple. All right, and the other phones use Android, and Android was developed by Google. All right, that is why when you buy any smartphone, there are a whole lot of Google platforms on it. You have YouTube already installed on it. You have Google Drive already, Google Files Go, a lot of Google applications already installed on the smartphone because Android is developed by Google. All right, and it also paramount that when you use operating system like Windows, you have certain things that is already installed like Market, Windows Market, Windows ease of access, and a couple of folders that you may need with to use the operating system Windows. So that is how it's also like. So we move on to the application software. We talked about operating system. We are going to application software and also called user programs. And this you must take note of it. It's a user programs. No computer comes with an application software. It only comes with operating system. All right. So when you install an operating system, you either get common files that you can use like ease of access, games, the solitaire games, like those kind of they are built with the operating system, so you cannot do anything to it. All right. But any other thing that you can also install on your own, you choose to install on your own, are the applications software, and those, they are also called the user programs. Okay, because they are the piece of software that you as a user think that I may need. So you have other things like Adobe software, you have CorelDRAW software if you want to be designing, you have video programs, we have sound programs, we have browsing programs, anything other things that you also want to use. Okay, so those are the application systems. You willingly put them there, and there's a third party utilities. All right, so it says that the operating system runs the computer and the applications software. All right, so without operating system, application system or application software cannot also be installed. All right, and I think I said it. It makes sure that the hardware and the application software understand each other, so they interconnect. So before you can put, you can play a song or video from the computer, it must run through an application system. And to do that, the operating system is going to ensure that the programs that we want to run interact with the operating system on the application system which it needs to require. So, for instance, you cannot play music from Notepad, all right, and then you cannot type on, let's say, VLC, because the operating system is going to direct uh, the application software that, oh, there is a music, so you should play it from here. There is a text file, you should open it from Microsoft Word or Microsoft Notepad and everything. All right, so that is the function of the operating system. It's very paramount. Okay, these are pieces of application software that mostly deal with managing data. You can also buy third-party utilities, which means a different company made them than made the operating system. So we know that Windows is made by Microsoft, and Microsoft does other software like we have programming language like text editors and other things that were made by Microsoft. But there are also third-party utilities like Adobe, like CorelDRAW, like Sublime Text, like any other things. Okay, you can buy other software from somewhere or download them and install it. Now, Adobe Photoshop was not built by Windows, so this is what it means, that a different company made them than made the operating system. And Adobe didn't make operating system Windows. Okay, so it ensures, the operating system ensures that the system is able to identify or able to install other third-party utilities like the Photoshop and other things that were not built by Microsoft itself. All right. So my understanding is that the current crop of Windows 10 coming are already built with, uh, uh, um, already have Microsoft Office Suite installed. Now, the previous ones you need to buy um, Office Suite and then install them, but the current one, like 2020 Windows 10, comes with Office Suite, Microsoft Office Suite, because Microsoft built Windows and then they also built Office Suite. So it's it just makes sense that their software is already coming with the operating system that they built. Okay, all right. So we can also talk about some example of application system. And I know I've talked about Adobe platform software, CorelDRAW software, folders that you install on your own, and a whole lot of things. All right. So now let's go to some other thing. You have desktop. When you first launch or you're able to install operating system, the first thing you see is the desktop. Okay, is the area that appears right after logging in. So when you switch on your computer or you boot it, you only it takes you straight to the desktop. And in case you don't know, I hope everybody knows the desktop. And this is the desktop, and this is how it looks like when you install operating system Windows 10 for the first time. This is what comes. You see this software before you can go to um, other things. So it has the backgrounds, it has icons. Okay, there's the icons. These are the icons. There's the desktop. Right, it has the start button, has the taskbar. Right, there's a taskbar. It has the time area, the quick launch area, notification area, and other things. All right, that you also need to do. All right, so that's the and I know you know a couple of things like how you can refresh. You can see icons, the taskbar, the quick launch bar, the system tray. Okay, and you see that, let me see, look at something. Taskbar, the taskbar is the bar along one side of the desktop. You see, so this is the taskbar area where I'm hovering the mouse. We also have the quick launch bar, and which holds, so this is the area for quick launch. This is the quick launch bar because it is holding on to the programs I'm currently running. Okay, and I also can pin other programs that I can easily. That's why I said quick launch. I don't need to search through the start menu or the desktop to find it. I just go to the taskbar and they are there. All right. So you have the notification area as well, and Windows has it here. You click on it and going to open some kind of notifications that you've had. Okay. So this is the notification area. We also have the time area where you can set up your time, your date, and everything. You can view them, and they are also here. Don't be surprised that you are being taken through. You may say that, oh, I know, I already know. But as software management, it's part of our curriculum, so we need to go through. We have the system tray. The system tray holds icons for programs currently running. All right, so this is the system tray that I was talking about. All right, then quick launch bar. All right, so there are a lot of things here. Start button, start menu. You already know start button. When you click on it, it opens the start menu. And this is how I've modified my start menu. I can do it the way you want it. You can also do it the way you want it. But this is how I've made my own to look like. This is how I've made my own to look like. Mhm. All right. So when you get hold of the notes, you know now we have a full um, lesson on desktop, so you can also read and know what to do, all right, about what it is saying. So though you get the notes, so you have to go through a while. All right. All right, let's go to another way. And that was the introduction to the course. So we have the Windows 10 interface. So this is a main course, that is the Windows 10. Then we have Windows 10 interface. When you just go and log in, or when you switch out your computer to take you to the desktop, and you're going to see desktop shortcuts to files, folders, recycle bin, my computer icon, everything. You can see the taskbar, we talked about it. You can see the start button, the Windows search, the task view, file explorer, formerly known as Windows Explorer, taskbar programs, volume adjustment, date. Okay, so this is how actually it is. You have the icons. Okay, this is the icons area. The desktop is here. Then we have start button, you have search, you have file manager, you have taskbar, folder, all right, you have the browser, the volume, the date, all of them are here. Okay, all of them are here. Now it is now time for us to know how do we open programs. To open programs, there are a lot of ways to do it, but here Windows 10 is telling us that we should go through the Windows official way. That is, if you don't have the icons on the desktop, you can go to the button, then the start button, then you click on it, and it will open up the start menu for you, like I demonstrated. You click on it, then it's open the start menu. This I have modified my own. Later on you get to know. So these are the icons, or these are the programs already installed. So depending on whichever program I want to open, I can just open it from here straight up, and then it will be there for me. Alright, so if I want to open Photoshop 2019, I just come and click on it once. Animate, I click on it, Adobe. So any program that I want to run, I'll just click on it and it will open for me. And the programs are also arranged in alphabetical order. So you can see that we have the A version, the A column, and it contains all programs that start with A. So you can see we have Adobe Acrobat, Adobe, Alarms, Android. So it arranges them in alphabetical order. I don't have any software with B, so it automatically goes to C. That's a calculator, calendar, Connect, CorelDRAW, camera. Don't have D, so I don't have D and E, so it goes to F, feedback, firms, then goes to G. So it basically arranges everything in alphabetical order. So imagine you want to open up Microsoft Word. I have installed Microsoft Word 2013, so I just go and then go to the M, scroll to the M column, go to Microsoft Office Word 2013, then it's also arranged alphabetical order. Then I'll open what I want to open. So maybe Word 2013, I'll just click on it, and then automatically it will open for me. All right. So that is the Microsoft Word 2013 is opening. All right, then it will open for me to be able to use it. Now I'm searching for programs. Now you can also search for programs that you think or you are not sure of the location. Okay, so here, if I want to, let's say I'm on the desktop, I want to search for a program, but I don't actually know the title in which I saved the the program. So I'll just come here, then open the search. All right, then type, maybe I want to find my database. So I'll just go and say database. That means I don't know where I saved my database for that. So when I click on, I search for database, this is what gives me anything that has to do with database will come along. So let me say I want to set Word. All right. So it suggests that it is Microsoft Word that I'm looking for, or WordPad that I'm looking for. Okay. All right. So you see that it also has some suggestions. So everything in the computer system that has to do with Word will come. It will appear, and you can see that even some song, music, Diana Hamilton was your Word, and because there's the word there, it has come as search, as one of the search things that I need to do. I can also type maybe games, games, and if I have games installed, it will come. And now it says that saved games, and that's the Microsoft saved games. It will also come for me to use it. All right. All right. So how can we then save a document, saving the document to the hard drive things? So after we've come to, we have a course on Microsoft Word, so we would deal with that because this one is actually talking about saving a document in Word. So we will deal with that for now. You can also read, and then we get to Microsoft Word, we can use it from there. All right. So there are a couple of things that you also need to read to get this. All right. It's about organizing the taskbar and other things. hmm All right. So there is a short introductory lesson on Microsoft Windows 10. Sorry, it was supposed to be our third lessons, but due to circumstances, that is why we have. So now I'll take you through some basic instructions or basic things that we need to do, or we can do with the Windows desktop. So when you have your Windows desktop like this, a couple of things that you may want to do to it, like customizing it. Okay, like maybe changing the background, changing the position of the taskbar, and other things. So this is exactly what we're going to do now. Now, if you want to change the background, the first thing we need to do is to right click on the desktop, the empty desktop. Don't right click on any icon, but right click on the empty desktop. All right. Then you scroll down to personalize. Or you go to personalize, and when you click on personalize, the settings panel will open for you to do what you want to do with it. So now it comes here with the background. So that means we can change the background. And now we can change the background with picture. So we either picture or solid color or slideshow. So if it's a picture, then it can tell us to choose a program or choose the picture we want. So we can browse through the the computer where we have our pictures installed. Okay, so you know where you have your pictures installed. So you can go through, then get to know where you have your pictures installed, and then you can bring it, choose picture, you see, then you can bring it and then to be used as the background automatically. You can also choose it from here. That is the frequently used pictures. So once you click on it, it's going to replace the background. Or you have this one. You can also replace. We also have this one, and it can also come and then replace the desktop for us. All right. We can also talk about positioning the desktop, how we want our picture in the background to appear. So we can either choose fill, fit, okay, then stretch. We have tile. Can also choose center. Choose span. A whole lot of. So let's use this one, and when we use this one, we're going to have span. We have tile, and it's going to break them into pieces. So many. We have stretch, then to stretch to fill the space. You also have fit, and then it will fit the picture as it is. Okay, so fit the picture as it is. We also have yeah, I think you have span. And then so now let's use the fit. I'll use the Aspire logo and then make it fit. You can also choose the background color. You can choose yellow and then to fill the other place, red. All right, so whichever color we choose, it will automatically fill the space. All right, so let's choose the custom color. That's black. Yeah. So this is what we can do with the Windows desktop as well. Now, sometimes you may want to arrange our icons the way we want it. The fact is, we can move the icons and then put them on where we want to arrange them. Okay, how we want to arrange them. Okay, so we have all these icons somewhere. You can put them, can drag them, put them elsewhere than that we want it. Okay, and when it is like this, you can also rearrange it by going to right click on the empty desktop, then go to view, then you can say that is sort. You can go to sort by, and you can click maybe sort by name, size, item type, date, then maybe click on name, then it will rearrange for us, so whichever we want to rearrange it. Now let's go to the taskbar. We can also remove the taskbar to other place other than beneath the desktop. All right, and what we need to do is that we need to right click on the taskbar and then it will open for us. Okay, now you see that you have to lock the taskbar, task manager, a whole lot of things here. So what we need to do is to go to the taskbar settings. When you click on the taskbar settings, the settings will also open for us. Then we'll deal with it how we want to. Now you see that lock the taskbar. We may decide not to lock it because now we want to remove it. Okay. You also have automatically hide the taskbar. So automatically it will be hidden. So when we move our mouse there, then it will appear. Okay, when we take it off, it will also vanish. All right. We also have taskbar location on the screen. That is, we can decide to put it at the left. You see that our taskbar has moved to the left side. You can also decide to put it at the top. You see that instead of the down, the taskbar is at the top. So whichever way we want to put it. Okay. Now since we've not locked it, we can also drag it and drop because we've not locked it. If you locked it, then it will not happen. So we can click on it, drag it, and then it will come. Click on it, drag it to the top, then it will come. Click on it, drag it to the left, and then it will come. Alright, click on it, then drag it. Alright, and now we can also lock it. And when we lock it, we are not going to be able to move it like that. So basically, this is what we can say about our first lesson. And next week going, we'll be starting our classes. We'll be continuing um, what we need to do for the past 3 weeks that we've not done anything. We'll continue doing it until you're able to complete your 10 weeks. All right. So thank you for this lesson. I'm out.